You know, this whole morning here, I've been thinking about what exactly it is we should do for XRP and what type of strategy we should go by. And one of the things I noticed is that the XRP price is right now at quite a prime spot to actually purchase more for the longer term. And it's kind of funny because whenever people tell you, like, oh, you should buy into this coin right now, it's very cheap, they're like, well, but it's kind of dumb, right? It's a stupid coin. And then once it's at the moon, they're like, well, yeah, that coin is nice. I need some, which is that FOMO that you usually see when things start to run up very, very high. And it's kind of ironical as well. When there's an issue with a coin, the price goes to a very nice discount. People are like, oh, no, I'm not getting into that. While once we recover, which we most likely will, right at this area, people are going to be like, yeah, I definitely need that. I'm going to purchase some of it, which is fun to me because at times like this is when you should be buying the most if your longer term vision is clear. The only way off you have, which is also your profit margin, is that people right now are uncertain, which means they might be selling forward. However, we did hit the perfect bottom here at right around 29 or so cents, which does mean for me, huge all hands off deck, buy. But more on that, we'll talk about in just a second. Make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, because the first time a video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we're giving away $100 worth of crypto. Also, check out GSX. A link is down below. I have it right here. I purchased some of this to take a risk. Check it out though. Link is down below. You get 5% extra with the link. All right, so I think we did hit a bottom at about 29 cents, but the main reason I'm saying think is because we're seeing a couple of sell-offs with some huge volume. If you zoom in, it actually does look like it's not that bad. Honestly, not that bad of a fall down, as again, we were sticking to every target quite nicely, just a test and fall back down, meaning it is a sustained move downwards, basically. That's the bigger point of it all, which we're most likely seeing a bottom happening or forming right here, or we're going to test the upside of our zone here before going back down, falling to maybe the right next one, which is right around 17 cents or so. But as of this point, I think it's valid to start pumping it up again. In that sense, I mean just buying it and holding on through. And if we do fall back lower, I'm going to personally buy a second batch. So I've told you guys I usually buy once every single day, sometimes twice, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview next month as to how my purchases went. I wanted to do an experiment with not buying all at once trying to time the bottom, but buying every single day consecutively and seeing how it turned out. As the fun thing that I noticed is that it's most likely better to just keep accumulating rather than waiting for one best point. As if you do that, it could be that you're still buying it too high. If you guys get that, I mean, if you purchased anywhere next to the last, month or so, you'd have most likely gotten a good discount right now by purchasing right now. However, again, sometimes you really don't have that effect. For example, all these months prior, you didn't have that, which is why I'm trying to do this experiment and showing you guys the results. But today, I'm making a little bit of an exception to my rule where I'm actually purchasing every single time it moves to a different layer, which might happen today, might happen tomorrow, I don't know. I'm just, every time we sync another one, I'm buying more. So right at this area here, as you can see, all these blue ones are my main points of interest, at least to me once more. And right here, we've hit a bottom. We're looking to go back upwards, so this was a good buying opportunity. We're going to see, maybe we're going to find some support near this top side of the level, maybe we're not. And I saw a couple of you guys say, man, look at the Fibonacci of the recent move. And the thing is, guys, I don't really fully think that that's necessary or even useful. Same as if I do not really think that this is too useful, because what we're seeing right now is a dump of unprecedented proportion, but also something which we've most likely never really experienced. And there's a couple of different things we can do here to kind of try and guess exactly where we can go. If we're looking at purely this last little move here, I'm trying to look because the colors are kind of similar. We're most likely seeing a drop here to right around 24.9 or so cents. It's about 25 if we just follow this last move down, as you can see, from the high at about 79 cents or so to the low at about 45 or so cents. However, since we concluded that this low is not good enough and this was the proper low of the actual move, then we're looking at the 0.21 or so cent as a better price to really bounce back up from. Again, a correction, which I would call it. Some of you guys say, man, it's just a straight up dump, which I can also agree with. I do get why people are saying that. Is not that strange, even if it goes all the way to this level, as it has happened before. And in this case here, if it's backed up by a bullish Bitcoin, it's not going to matter that much. But if it's not backed up by it, it could be quite scary. Also, it's actually kind of fun to see how the downtrend that was formed a little bit earlier, let's quickly just make it easy to view, was actually only breached for a couple of days here. From the 16th to the 22nd, for like 6 days or so, it was actually above there. However, it's actually following the pattern quite nicely with a actual downfall right now, which also was kind of unprecedented. You can see we kind of fell out of the channel downwards. A lot of people were calling this channel out. Kind of fell out of it right now, but it could be that we're just, deviating from the channel, but getting back into it rather soon here, which would still spark kind of a wait for a reversal, though, as generally the crypto space is quite positive, and it's kind of interesting to me to see how XRP is being so negative, but of course it is because of the lawsuit, so it's not that that's really that crazy that we're doing something bad right now, or at least that the price is acting bad. So if you're asking me for a longer term idea, we can actually take this Fibonacci as well to see if this were to be the dip where our next move is going to be headed towards. So I'm going to say, actually, this is the first one I'm going to be validating. If we actually come back above 43 cents, it means this dump was all the way over. If we actually fall below this 21 cent, I guess, or below, it just means there's all hands off a deck if we fall below it, right? I'm definitely going to be looking to, I don't even know exactly what I'm going to be doing, because I'm thinking this is a pivotal point. Right now, if I would sell, then the only two things I'm watching for is either to get back all the way up to here to the start of the zone or right at around 42 cents or so, or a fall back downwards towards this level and then falling back below it. But what I could have done was actually start a long right at this area with my stop loss a little bit below and try to catch this move upwards. Because once more, guys, it's a trial and error type of thing. There's no certainty here. Anybody who told you that there's certainty has lied to you or is just freaking foolish, because this is a dump which is correct or done, how would you say that? Like orchestrated by outside factors, which can impulse the price quite heavily. And thus you can't really say that this was all TA, this was all supposed to happen, because it was not. You can't really say, oh yeah, but the bulls are waiting here to start falling back up. No, because it could be that all those bulls who were eager to buy it up, which we normally talk about, are not excited anymore about the project because something changed. So it could be that one day there's 100 million just sitting there trying to purchase it, and all of a sudden it turns to minus 100 million when there's $100 million trying to sell it at that point. There's just a huge overflow of sellers and of just bears, which usually comes when scandals like this happen or big changes. But as of this point, I think we might have the bottom, so I'm definitely trying to enter right here. And what I would suggest, if you are planning to enter, is purchase, but DCA down, and don't go too heavy on, just investing in crypto in general, because it's always a risky thing, not a financial advisor, and because we may fall down further. The biggest news of the lawsuit already has faded over, but since the lawsuit is not yet here and we may hear some more new things or some more exchanges may delist it, we can see some further downside, and I am watching people for it. Some others have said we'll fall back down all the way to about 6 cents or so, which I don't really see happening personally. But even if you do, guys, that's the best buying opportunity, and only from that point on forward do I think you should actually be a little bit afraid, right? If we really fall below 6 cents, then we have a little bit of a problem. Because XRP's value is so low, I don't know where it's going to be ranking, but it's going to be falling down so many stairs here that we might have a little bit of a problem, right? Also, depending, of course, on how long the lawsuit is going to take. But as of this point, buying is all I do. I'm very much excited, and all these projects just trying to ditch it and stuff like that are all haters who eventually will find themselves somewhere. It's funny how when some project turns over a little bit or gets some trouble by the SEC or trouble in general, all these other projects turn their cheek. They're like, yeah, we knew it all along. Yeah, let's drop it. Let's this unregistered thing, yada, yada, yada. And of course, when they prosper, they're like, whoa, trade it here. Come on here. Ha, come on. We love XRP on this platform. Fake asses. And guys, it's not real though. It's not real. These guys are all trying to make money, trying to get as many people on their side as possible. They're not trying to be real. They don't have their own predictions and ideas. They're just trying to go with what the flow is allowing them to. It's not their real predictions. It's not their real what they want, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. These guys are just fake. Really, really fake. And as we said before, I'm watching for either a break below this level, which we just touched upon, which is going to be interesting. So about 29 cents being broken. Then I would definitely go look for a move all the way to about 17 cents or so. But if we do come back upwards, again, depending on exactly how we're going to be viewing this, we can actually take a little bit of a closer look if we actually do not go for the 4 hour. I think that's a better one to view though, as we should look at the bigger picture rather than the very, very close-minded picture. As even though it's only a couple of hours, maybe like 30 hours or so since this announcement came live, I do think it's a little bit more important to check the latest of the latest. That's just my opinion on this matter. I don't know, I sometimes deviate in that as well, but in this case here, I think this is the most important to view. If we were to, come back further, 19 cents or so is what it looks like right here, 21 and 19 cents. However, I'm eyeing 17 cents because I think this all would just be broken quite simply. I'm not really too happy with all of that. And the upside again, 42 cents. So let's see exactly where the price is going to go. But I'm buying some, and I'll only buy more if we actually go below 19 towards 17. This area is where I'm looking for my next buy. So you guys know that. If you fall back down lower, again, I'm looking for a new buy, just depending on exactly how far we go and what the situation is looking like, because we might see some new things coming up over the day here. Is the SEC lawsuit a blessing in disguise for Ripple XRP investors? I'm going to say yes, because it can still be that it's orchestrated, and Jay left, just before announcing this lawsuit. Maybe it's a bigger picture of something positive. I'm not too worried, though. That's the thing. Maybe it's my own ignorance, where I'm not too worried about this lawsuit because I think it's all in good faith. It's all a good thing. But maybe I'm just really being dumb, where the lawsuit is a very big problem. We're going to lose all our money. It could be, but I'm taking that risk. I'm going down with the ship or going towards the moon, and I still think the moon is closer. I still think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm really being shadowed. The SEC shows mercy to broker-dealers handling security tokens. Keep in mind, by the way, a lot of these exchanges will not stop trading XRP, and a lot of other projects are going to be called out as securities really soon here. So be prepared. And I'm not necessarily saying they're going to be called out as securities specifically, but they're going to be sued for it, and we're going to test it. And Ripple most likely is just a scapegoat, just a starting pony. But Stellar, for example, looks a lot like Ripple. So if you're thinking, yeah, Stellar is really amazing, but Ripple's the only bad one, oh, you're in for a surprise. You're in for a party really soon here, my friend. You can also see Stellar's also dumped a little bit already because people are anticipating the next lawsuit. Some of the projects here, though, not going to call out any names. A lot of them may find themselves in some lawsuits as well really soon here, hence the dumps. Monero is the new standard for a lot of people, as it's a privacy coin and kind of being against this whole system, and people are generally quite excited about Bitcoin as well because it doesn't really have to do anything with all this regulation. However, if that was the case, Ethereum should have also not dumped right now with 3%, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have been called out for being good. The thing is, though, Ethereum also has its foundation. Ethereum founders also have a lot of money. Yeah, maybe still something's going to come from this as well. It could still happen eventually. But yeah, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Now you know what I'm doing with the price, what I'm thinking. I have checked out a lot of people here, but I don't really agree with most of them. Thank you guys all for watching. See you guys again in another crypto video.